doing that. I wonder if I can get that from here.
I mean, it is recording.
Ah.
Happy birthday, America.
Hey,
Hey,
babes.
babes.
I'm Alexis.
And I'm Lynette.
And this is Getting the D. 4th of July edition.
Independence edition.
Independence Day. Cheers. Happy 4th of July, everyone. When you're watching this, it'll be 4th of July on the date.
Literally.
So here we are in our attire.
I don't know if you guys know, but we love American flag apparel.
It's our favorite.
So.
It's the only week actually you're allowed to wear it. So here we are. How was your week? We're debuting a new look over here. Not only our jerseys, but the bob.
Robert, if you will.
Oh,
This is a Robert.
that's a full Robert.
When it's a fuck ass Bob, it's a Robert.
I like that.
Right?
I've never heard that before.
Really?
As a hairdresser, no, I think that's hysterical.
So fucking funny.
No, it's really funny.
I talk to Ian about it like often.
That's
like
a
if you see like a nasty like angled Bob, like fucking pay respect. That's a Robert.
It's a Robbie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love that. How are we feeling with it?
I do love it. I definitely have like moments where I have to talk myself down from like Lord Farquaad
Yeah, totally.
jokes.
Yeah.
Or like your front facing camera, like never been uglier. But I am definitely like very much feeling like it's a little like moment for me.
No, it's really beautiful. It looks really good on you. It's really good. You're Robin. Robert. Robbie. No, it's very sleek and chic and beautiful.
Thank you.
And you did a beautiful job. Beautiful job. Bravo on that bob. But
Yeah, it was like 10 inches or something, like insane.
Yeah.
It was so much hair.
oh my gosh.
I just like, it was like dead. And also like how divorcee to cut all your hair off.
I'm sorry, divorcee.
Yeah. So I was ready. Cause I think I am so happy right now and I feel so good. And like, I just like genuinely feel like I'm like really over it.
Yeah. Wow. I love that.
And so I was like, okay, this is like time for me to like do something that's for me and like a decision that I made and like who do I want to be and what do I want to do? And it just, I don't know, feels like more than a haircut, you know?
Yeah. Letting go of all that old shit.
Yeah.
Cutting it all off.
And I also think like my hair, like my long hair was so closely tied to like femininity and like being sexy for me. And I think that I just don't want to like think like that anymore. Like I just want to be like cool girl. Like I can be sexy and like
Any length.
feminine and whatever and like a little badass bob. So
I agree. And if you're ever over it, you just go grab extensions. Like that's all that happens.
oh my
you
God,
know?
I have loads of hair
Yeah,
in my closet.
that's
like
what we
I have
do.
ponies and stuff.
Like,
so
but I think you're gonna really enjoy it.
yeah,
It'll be like
I
a whole
it.
summer moment.
Yeah.
With your bob.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And then like scarves in the fall. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So
But you got the bob, and then
oh my
You
God,
had-
I got the bob and then I got COVID.
like a COVID.
Who gets
Not the COVID.
fucking COVID in 2024?
4 years later.
Literally.
New strain baby, I guess.
I know. Just me and my bob had to stay indoors.
Yeah, I know. Everyone was like, "How's Lynette liking her bob?" I was like, "Well, she's in bed.
Well, she's sleeping.
She's down bed.
Yeah. It
yeah.
sucked. And I couldn't go to work for 5 days, and which like kind of a slay, kind of loved. But also like, oh my God, I feel like on Sunday I had to really reacclimate myself to the world. Like, you know, when you're sick and you're like indoors and then you go back outside and you're like, I don't know like how to act amongst people.
The general public.
Yeah, I had to like get my life back together. But yeah, we're fine now. But yeah, so my week was just like a sleigh bob and then down.
Sick. So really, the Bob's debut was this week. The Roberts debut was this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made the debut at work today.
Was everybody just like Lynette?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But I had kind of forgotten because it's been like a week for me.
Yeah, it's been a whole week.
Yeah.
so.
But I hadn't seen anybody. So yeah. We're like very much living a new life.
I love it. Slay.
So.
He looks really good. I'm obsessed.
How was your week?
My week was good. It wasn't anything crazy exciting.
What'd you even do?
What'd
like
you
I feel
even
like
do?
I always know what you're doing, and I didn't.
I
last week I
honestly-
genuinely did not know what you were doing.
I was checking on you because you were sick.
Yeah, probably because I was
I feel like you were in a
bedridden.
Yeah, no, I mean, we recorded, then I went to work and worked all week.
Blessings that you didn't get COVID.
I know. I was very blessings to my immune system, I guess. I don't know. I honestly have been taking a lot of vitamins. You know, jury's out on that, if that actually works, but I don't know. I just feel like I got really lucky. So famous last words.
Yeah, I was, you know, I got COVID from like saliva. So
right.
Us being this close, I think it
was fine. Yeah. You were in close contact with someone else.
Pretty close. Yeah.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
But I didn't have any weddings this week. So that was kind of nice. Like I had no like weddings to worry about. So
even work.
I just did like regular salon work.
Is that kind of nice sometimes?
Yeah.
Just have like your normal job.
Yeah. Like my everyday job.
Yeah. Just like go to work, do your job, go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to dinner with a girlfriend and.
Oh wait, you went to a new restaurant. Walter?
Oh yeah. That was with my man this weekend. Little Walters.
That's what it is.
Walt.
Yeah. Pierogies?
When I tell you they were the best pierogies I've ever had.
Is it Polish?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a Polish restaurant and kielbasa, pierogies.
So salty. So good.
We had pickle martinis.
Fuck.
It was just really, really good. So shout out Little Walters in Kensington. That was
Oh yeah. It's
delish.
here. It's over here?
Yeah, it's not far from like Martha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The new
picnic.
Oh.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go. Yeah. It was really good.
I have like anxiety that I'm not gonna get in. Do you know, like,
it looks huge.
When new restaurants open and you're like, well, I'm never gonna get in. Like I start getting like a little nervous, a little crazy, a little spitzy. I'm like,
we'll get in. We'll figure it out. But little was delicious. But yeah, a lot of good spots. I also tried El Chignon. And I don't know if I'm saying that right, but really incredible Mexican in South Philly. BYOB with one of my besties. So we brought our own tequila and they made us like all margaritas. It was so good.
Oh, I want to do that. I want to do that right now.
Yeah. I think it's right around like 10th and Tasker-ish.
So you've been like going out, like doing cool, fun stuff. I haven't been out in a minute.
Well, you were sick.
No, I know. But like even, I feel like before that.
Yeah. Well, this week's, FOJ, 4th of July.
FOJ.
FOJ. You look like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. As you can see, we have our apparel on. We talk a lot of shit on the apparel, so we thought we'd wear it for this week. Well, honestly, America's been on the map, and I feel like it's been a little crazy lately, even though we're all supposed to be proud to be an American this week.
Oh my God, wait.
It's been a little cray.
Like the whatever tweets, memes, whatever they are, that have been like, if you are not an American, you don't live in America, turn it off. Like this is our embarrassing family.
Just like, like America actually needs to do some inner work, I think. America needs to talk to its inner child.
Yes.
And like, we're not political experts, but I think we can all agree it's pretty embarrassing right now.
No, I think on all sides. I think regardless
all the things, like
regardless of where you stand, I think we could all just take a beat.
So we're going to take a beat
and regather.
And all we can do is laugh, where we cry. I've honestly been watching Simone Biles. Like I just been on a Simone Biles like rabbit hole today.
Oh, really? Why? What's she doing?
Oh, the Olympics are starting in Paris. So she's competing.
Oh man, I am
her floor routine.
American.
Wow.
I mean, didn't know she was going back. I thought she was done.
Do you remember before like she couldn't because she had like an anxiety attack?
Yeah, I thought she was done.
She asked to come back. And she's competing.
Congrats, Simone.
Yes. I mean, we should watch.
Girl.
She just did she put a little Taylor Swift on her floor routine. It's good.
Wait, I love a girl that is like, hey, I need to like take a moment and then comes back and like kills it. I love that. Like she's not embarrassed to be like, yeah, I had a fucking moment. Okay.
Yeah. And then she's slipping 12 feet in the air. I mean,
12
feet.
Mm-hmm. That's like incomprehensible for me.
Yeah. I
don't even think these are 12-foot ceilings.
Yeah. Like can you imagine just throwing yourself like that? Like throwing your butt. Actually,
also she's so small.
She's so tiny.
They're
so tiny. It's like just built. I said if there was one sport I could like actually be really good at, it'd be gymnastics.
You think?
Yeah, just can imagine just like flipping yourself all over the place. I don't know.
I'm a little too, and I don't mean this no self-sabotage. I just feel like I'm too big for that. Like I'm 5'8".
I guess you need to be tiny.
Yeah.
Like
and my
under
boobs are
5'5".
huge, like could never.
Whatever. Well, what are we?
This ass don't cartwheel.
This ass don't do backflips. It sure don't. Anyway.
But I love that for you.
Yeah, we love that.
No, I would.
It'll never happen. I could do a cartwheel at best, and maybe what is it called? A round off when you do the 2 feet together. Maybe a back bend if I try real hard.
What the fuck is that called? Yeah.
We all used to do it when we were kids.
Back handspring.
Oh, I can't do that. No, when you cartwheel then you close you do like.
Yeah, that's a back handspring.
2 legs.
And then you flip.
No, back handspring is back.
But you can cartwheel into it.
I don't know, you guys. Getting the D take gymnastics. No, we don't. Anyway.
Oh my God, fucking imagine.
This episode is all about the Delulu, and sure, America's a little Delulu right now. I can honestly say that.
Hey.
But we'll figure it out. We always do.
To each his own.
To each his own, for sure. Yeah, Delulu is real, especially post-divorce.
Well, you have expectations for yourself or like of like this life that you're going to have. And they're not always, I never want to say things are irrational because I genuinely think that we can do absolutely anything.
Yeah.
Maybe not everything at once.
Right.
But like, I never want to be like, oh, well, that's delusional or that's crazy. But it's just like, there's some like little silly goose activities.
Honestly.
That we've done.
The greatest people, the most famous people, I think, I don't know, read it somewhere on some social media, do things that are delusional.
No, they're like
or considered delusional.
But you have to be.
You have to. You got to like stick your neck out there to maybe.
No, for real.
Get somewhere else.
Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Nothing. Your life won't change. Oh, okay.
No, totally.
That's fine.
I think the most basic Delulu, though, right after choosing divorce, is just like thinking you can just steamroll through it. Like you can just power through all the mess. All the mess. Mm-hmm. It's not that easy. But
thinking that it's not going to go how it went for other people.
Right.
For you.
Correct.
Because I absolutely was like, oh no, this is going to be different for me. I'm so strong. Like, whatever. Like, I'm like strong, independent, like, have like, I don't know. I just for some reason thought that it was going to be different for me.
Yeah.
And then when it wasn't, I like spiraled. Yeah. And I was like, what's wrong with me that I can't just power through this and be like good to go?
Yeah. Because everyone else seems like they can get through it or power through it.
Yeah. Or they don't. And I'm like, oh, well, I would never be like that.
Right.
But
like it's a weakness.
You are. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little delusional. Little Delulu.
Yeah, like when I first moved out and like decided to, file for divorce, I felt amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever, going to the gym, like eating well, decorating my place, like finding a place, got a car, had a good job. Like I really was so happy and like on top of my game, but I think it was just the momentum of like taking action.
Yeah.
So it was like, I'm moving, I'm getting divorced, I'm filing the papers, I'm going to the gym, I'm fixing myself, I'm healing myself, I'm going to therapy and
journaling,
blah, blah, blah.
doing all the things. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And just like all of that momentum, just like,
you're like, I'm going to be fine. I got this. And you do, but until you don't. Yeah.
That keeps you going
for
a couple months.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, fuck, this isn't sustainable at all.
Yeah, because you're like, I have to actually file these papers. I actually have to sell this house. Mm-hmm. Like, there's just so much more that has to get done. But you put it off because you're like, I need to feel okay. I need to feel okay. I need to feel okay. I need to avoid this sadness.
Right. Yeah. And it's also like a distraction thing. But like, just, I think that when the momentum dies down and like, there is the delusion that like I can do everything, I can be everyone, but then you just get absolutely exhausted.
Yeah.
And you can't. Right. Like you can't do all that. And I think that I'm finally now like literally now, like a week or two ago, in a place where I'm like, okay, I'm good. I don't need, like, I realize like I don't have to be everything for everyone, including myself, and I don't have to go to the gym every day, and I'm allowed to take naps, and I can eat like shit sometimes if I want to, and like just giving myself a little bit more grace. Like finally now, like 7 months later.
Yeah, I know. Wow, 7 months.
But
it's been 7 months. It's such crazy. A like sigh of relief though when you start to feel like you're coming around.
Like I'm genuine. Like I was happy before because I felt very like blessed and very fortunate to like have this experience so young and like be able to learn myself so young. But like now I'm like genuinely happy. Like it's like a different happy. Yeah. Like it's like I'm just like good. Like I'm just like okay, yeah. Like I'm just like happy. I don't know. So yeah. But
I'm so happy. You're happy.
You definitely go through.
Yeah, you're just like, you tell yourself a lot of things, a lot of delusional things. I mean, if you're like me, you can also jump into like a really toxic rebound situation. Shortly after rebound, and I remember my best friend being like, Lex, you need to be careful because you've never done this before. And I was like, I got this. Like, this is physically that, like just physical, what I need at the moment and whatever. Famous last words. It didn't happen that way. Unfortunately, it lasted a lot longer than it should have. Just, emotionally abusing myself in so many ways, thinking I could fix someone, which is the most delusional thing I think any of us can do, but so relatable.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially coming from being a wife, like you don't just unlearn that.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh no, let me like mother wife you.
Yeah.
And try and help you.
And I just kept saying to myself, it was weird. It's like we posted this on the story, but like, I know I'm being delusional right now, but there is also a side of me that is logical. And it was almost like I was looking at a version of myself that was like, stop doing that. Like, stop doing that. You know better than this. But it was just, I think that cycle of like, it felt good in the moment and then it drops and then you want it again. They avoid you. It's not good.
Oh, good old anxious attachment.
Good old anxious attachment. And just someone else being very avoidant and mean, and me allowing that cycle for a long time. So that was really delusional to think I could really bring someone to the place I needed them to be. But really, I needed to work on myself. But yeah, I think it was delusional of me to think that I could change someone and also just jump into something so soon, thinking I could also not be a lover girl and think I can just physically handle that. I am not that girl. I wish I could be. I wish we all could be a Samantha. I mean, there might have been a moment, but yeah, had to let that go. Had to really let that go. Once I did, I was like, you needed to do that though, Lex. Like I needed to go through that because honestly, my whole 20s, I feel like that's what people use it for. It's like you learn all those toxic things and you go through all the shitty men or whatever it might be, or some people who aren't aligned with you. And it was like me just having that moment, and I needed to learn that, like, for myself.
Yeah, because your ex is not that, and so
far from it.
Like you didn't learn.
Literally, couldn't be more opposite. Couldn't be more
that
opposite.
One.
Yeah, it was like I was putting myself in my own like purgatory.
Yeah, I think that perspective is really interesting. You've mentioned that before, like how you feel like it was almost like your like punishment. I forget the word that you've used for it. Not punishment, but like you put yourself through it.
Knowing, like I said, like just before, like knowing this isn't okay and it's not right and I don't feel good when this is happening, but I'm still doing it to myself, like emotionally hurting myself, abusing myself in a way, like that's a whole other thing. But yeah, that was definitely a big Delulu moment that lasted for a while. But once I ended that, other things definitely opened up, and gotta go through those things.
Yeah, I mean, you do, and you learn from these things. Like, honestly, the best way to learn a lesson is to make mistakes. So it's fine. Yeah, you did it.
We did it.
Yeah,
got through it.
And it lasted a while, but you got yourself out of it.
Yeah, gotta go.
Gotta go. Gotta blast.
I mean, then downloaded, dating apps.
Oof.
like a little under a year ago and was just like, let's see what this is like, which can also feel very delusional, right? Because people are always like, they're the worst, and I'm delusional for thinking I can ever meet someone on these. But in the end, I did.
I only did
there's
dating
still hope
apps.
out there, guys.
No, yeah. I mean, no, and dating apps are so common now. Like everybody does it. I did them for literally a week. And I was like, no, fuck that. And I didn't even do the big ones. I just did not Raya. What's the other one?
Hinge. Bumble.
No.
What other one?
Because those were two. I knew that those would be overstimulating for me. Like, I can't swipe through men. I feel bad and weird.
I mean,
and I don't want to be judged like that.
That's and really also, mature of you.
It would be so much external validation. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can like handle that. What the hell is the other one? The League. Oh. I did The League.
Oh, The League. I never did that one.
Yeah. So like not all, but like so many white finance bros. And it's like not what I like.
Not it.
At all.
Well, the title of it alone.
The League. I know. What was I thinking? Well, I mean,
you know, which is, you never know.
Can we get a baller?
Can we get other people?
Like anything else?
Anything else than the typical finance bro?
Oh my God. It was like Chad from the main line. And he's like, I'm an intern at the brokerage. I was like,
Goldman Sachs.
Fuck that. Could not hate that more.
Honestly, when I first got on them, Vinny was like, Lex, this was probably, oh my God.
What is Vinny? Millionaire matchmaker? Why does he have all of the tips?
He has all the tips.
Wait, because he was the timeline who told you it's gonna suck for a year, which we've like talked about a lot of times.
His sister went through divorce.
Oh
yeah.
Oh okay.
So he knows a lot.
I'm like, why is Vinny like guru?
And he was like, Lex, we need to try and get you on Raya. Like Michael B. Jordan's on there. Like, let's get you on there.
I applied for Raya.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. I got on, and that was like February 2023, and I had it for probably about a year, like earlier this year. And I was like, this sucks. Like they're so hyped because it has all these like D-list celebrities, influencers. You have to get approved to get on there, you get to pay every month.
No,
it's a whole thing.
It took forever to get approved. And by then I was just like, I don't even fucking care anymore. Also, fuck off. Honestly, I'm so over all that shit.
No, it's true. Don't get me wrong, like maybe match with a few people, but it's unrealistic because there were so many in like New York and LA. Like it wasn't just based on your location.
I'd be
so
down
it was
for
so
New York,
like
LA.
less likely to like meet someone and actually people act on it or like it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. So I know a lot of people want to get on Riot, but I don't know. It wasn't as amazing as everyone thinks it's going to be.
Yeah, you just got to weed through Hinge.
Like you think you're going to get an athlete or something, but it wasn't great. Anyway, but Hinge, I would say, has been the most successful for me.
Yeah, I think that's
obviously now,
true
but
for most people. Do people even use Bumble anymore?
People do use Bumble and love Bumble. I don't love Bumble because again, I don't want to message first, and I wasn't going to message first.
Do the girls have to?
Yeah, that's the whole thing about Bumble.
Oh,
which is fine. I get people are, like the independent thing, like let the woman
I would love that.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was just like, I'm good. But I went on Hinge instead.
No, because this goes back to being the overstimulation of like Hinge. Like and I'm not saying, oh my God, like so many people are going to message me like I'm so beautiful. But like regardless, like I just feel like there's more men and you just get bombarded.
Well, no, with Bumble, it actually, I hear, is worse because it's just a ton of likes and then you have to weed through and see which ones you want to message. Either way, it's overwhelming and overstimulating. And there is a delusional aspect to it of like everyone thinking they can just keep getting better and better. So that's also the problem with dating apps. Like the delusional idea of like, well, I can just find someone better and not actually put effort into like getting to know this person. So when I downloaded Hinge in like the fall, I felt like there were some quality people and then there were some people that were like that. But not until recently. I found the really good one.
Yeah.
Hinge.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Blessed.
They're still out there, everyone.
No, they are.
Ladies, don't give up. I know the pool is very weird in Philadelphia.
There was one guy on the league that I like messaged with a little bit, and we actually planned to meet for a drink, and I wound up messaging him and just being like, hey, like, I'm actually not in a place right now to like go on a date. Like, I just want to be totally transparent with you. If I come back around, like, I think you're really cute and you like seem really cool.
Yeah.
Then I'll hit you up. But yeah, I actually wound up canceling it. So like, it can work. Yeah. It's just, it's a lot.
I think another most delusional part of the dating apps, especially Hinge, is the most compatible section. Now, you're not going to know about this, but like...
No, yeah, I never had Hinge.
The audacity of Hinge.
How are you going to tell me?
You'll know if you've been on it. The most compatible they give you, you're like, excuse me, Hinge. You think this is my most compatible person?
You thought?
He has 3 teeth and he's wearing, I don't even know, something insane.
A full America suit.
A whole America suit. He's
in the Walmart parking lot serving hot dogs.
One of my clients came in and said, this is what Hinge is suggesting. And it was a man in a full, like, female's outfit. And but stripper outfit. But not like as a joke. Like, he was serious. And that's fine if that's what you're into. But she was just like, what is happening?
That's not my vibe.
That's not my vibe. What is happening out here?
Right.
So also Hinge is all like dating apps themselves are delusional too.
Yeah, I guess it's just like Delulu algorithms.
All the Delulu algorithms.
The Delulu, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. It seems fun. And then I think I'd be over it in like 2 days.
Yeah.
I like in-person meeting, but I think it's just because I'm like so extroverted.
Yeah. I feel like there's like activities too. I'm trying to think of like delusional things I did, like thinking I could become like a full-time yogi. Like, like I really was trying to get in touch with that side, which is great. Yeah. And I love yoga, but I never am going to be like a full yogi. I just figured that out.
Yeah. What did I think I'm still living in mine a little bit where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be full-time nurse, makeup artist, podcast, dog mom, super hot, go to the gym all the time, eat well, make a lot of money. Like, it's just, and I have started chilling out on it, but it's like, oh yeah, and I'm going to do all that at once. I'm going to do it all at the same time.
Totally.
And I'm going to get 8 hours of sleep at night.
LOL.
No.
I'm right there with you, honestly, still. Every single client's like, I never met someone who's done so much all the time. Like, doesn't stop. Like, when do you sleep? When do you have time for your boyfriend? Like, when do you eat? Like, when do you... I'm like, I don't know, to be honest.
I literally...
But we make it work.
Don't sit until I'm in bed.
I know you don't.
Like 5 a.m. I'm up.
I often wonder if you're asleep.
Never.
Because I'm very strict about my sleep. And I think you know that. Like, I'll wake up to a text from like 11:30 from Lynette p.m.
But and then also 4 a.m.
at like 8 a.m. And I'm like, oh, she didn't really sleep last night. No. And I was like in my 10th dream.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, good.
Because I do realize that's important, but yeah.
Yeah, we need sleep. We can't pull all-nighters.
Delulu is...
It's real.
I don't need sleep.
But it brings you to like, you got to set some boundaries for yourself.
I have gotten a lot more serious about boundaries. So, you know what? It's hard when you like meet somebody new and you just like want to like stay up all night talking.
Yeah, just talking.
And all the things.
Totally just talking.
Just talking. And then all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. and you have to be up for work at 5:30. I have had so many of those nights.
Yeah.
And I finally learned like, you can't do that. Like, it really contributes so much to my anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
When you're doing that, like, even though you're like so happy in your situation and it like feels so good to stay up all night pillow talking with somebody, you can't fucking do that.
Getting out of your routines, it's tough. And you have to have those conversations. Like,
oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. I had to tell him like, listen, like, I love your lifestyle and like you have a career where like you can sleep a little bit later most of the time, but like I have to be up early. So like, unfortunately I have to be in bed by like 10.
Yeah.
That shit's hard, but that's a self boundary, and then you'll do it and you're like, oh my God, I feel so much better.
Yeah. And you two are better for it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we definitely had to talk about that recently too in general. Like, we just need to stay committed to going to the gym, waking up whatever times we want to wake up, and like committing to our routines, because it's so easy to lose those when we're
new, you just get lost in each other.
New and hot and heavy. But yeah, it's important being in a new relationship and keeping those things.
It's fucking hard.
It is hard, because all you want to do too is like go out and date. And him and I were even saying we should find a salad place or something that feels like healthy, because like you're
so fat in the beginning.
Yeah, like you're just him and I are like, we're gonna gain so much weight eating and not getting like going to our regular gym routine or whatever it may be.
I have gained 10 pounds.
Where?
And no bigs, like it's fine, like my body's very happy, but like yeah, because you're just like, oh well, let's go drink,
let's order out again,
eat.
And just snuggle, and eat delicious unhealthy things.
Yeah. But speaking on boundaries,
standing on boundaries,
I feel like I've been like heavily boundarying lately.
Yeah.
I actually caught myself in one the other day and I was so proud of myself.
Oh, do tell.
So I went to text my ex about like a logistic thing. Like we're literally only talking about logistics at this point, like with the condo. And one of our bills is getting sent to me now. And I was just going to text him and be like, hey, just wanted to let you know if you don't see this bill. And then I was like, why do I have to tell him this right now? I'm going to have things to tell him later in the week. So just because of like kind of like the logistics of the house right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why don't I just like compile a list and I will tell him everything at once?
Yeah.
Like, why am I going to keep putting myself into communications with him? We're like, no, you communicate once, you make your point, and then that's it. So that you're not like opening yourself up to talking with them or feeling however you're going to feel.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you go, girl.
Go ahead.
You go, girl. Yeah. You need to create those boundaries. And I said that to you, like right at the beginning when paragraphs were being sent and back and forth, and it was tough. Yeah. I remember dealing with the same thing and just having to turn my phone off, or like just being okay with not answering it. And even though you want to,
it's hard in the beginning because especially in our scenario, like it felt so good to talk to him.
Yeah.
Because I just like wanted to work through it, and I wanted to hear that this wasn't my fault, and I wanted to hear that he was trying and that he was sorry and
of course
all those things, but the conversations never go how you think they're going to.
No.
And then you wind up getting really hurt. And so creating boundaries in the beginning, that was like this conversation, and I know this sounds long as hell, but in the beginning they can be like 4 or 5 hour conversations per day. Like this conversation is going to be 1 hour, and we're not going to talk in circles, and we're going to get our points across. And the second someone starts getting emotional, we're going to stop it.
Yeah.
Like setting those boundaries is so important for self-preservation.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But that's just fucking hard.
No, you need to set boundaries, not only with them, your family, like, well, at least for their family, like if anyone is approaching you about it, or, you know, making you second guess your decisions or whatever it might be, like you have to be like, nope, again, stand on business and just keep going with yourself.
Yeah. But it's like, I had to set so many boundaries with him. And then also like knowing when you can communicate with them. That was like another boundary. Like we were like scheduled to talk about something one day, and I was like, hey, I feel like shit. I physically can't talk to you right now. Yeah. And just like being able to say that. But there's also like boundaries in dating.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What will you accept? What will you not accept? Like, where are you willing to bend? Where are you not?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What are your like big dating boundaries, you think?
Oh God.
I know it's such a heavy question, but like,
I think my biggest thing, and we talked about this, was like maintaining my independence.
Yeah.
And speaking of Independence Day, oh, sick.
We learned it. We learned the Star Spangled
We're not going to sing it
for
though.
this.
Sorry.
No, we sang enough last week.
Just maintaining independence and knowing also though that they don't want to take that from you. They're not trying. No one's trying to steal it from you. But at the same time, making sure there's certain things that you were doing when you are alone full time that you maintain, i.e. routines, like just whatever that made you happy. But also realizing it's so cool to spend so much time with someone who doesn't want to take that from you and wants to just enhance your life and make you like grow further and like you have, you know, be there for them with whatever they need. And so there's really cool parts of it too. Yeah. And not realizing that everyone's like out to get you or, you know, with like, past experiences or like trying to, I don't know. Yeah. 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 You know like not everybody like wants to like hold you down and whatever, make you like the housewife, whatever. Like some people just genuinely want to like be lift a partner to you. And yeah, I was not going for like anyone who was going to not enhance my life if I was really going to commit to somebody. So because we will make our lives exactly what the fuck we want. Yeah, and by ourselves. Yeah, like no question. I can have everything I want alone. Yeah, we both said it in so many ways on the first date, but I remember me asking him like, what does he want? And then vice versa. And I just said like, I need you to make my life better than it already is because I love my life and it's great. And I know I'm a great person and I deserve that. You worked fucking hard. Yeah. And I want a partner this time and I want to feel taken care of just as much as I take care of them. Totally. And I'm not going to settle. So that definitely was my big thing. Has always been like people get jealous of another person coming in, right? Like, oh, they're going to steal you from me or you're going to like them more or whatever. My thing is always like, babe, you're competing against me. Yeah. Literally. Like, it's just, if you don't enhance my life, like, yeah, what can then, you? Yeah. Bye. Because I'm doing everything I need. And it could be like small things. It doesn't even have to be like grand things. Like obviously we can do a lot for ourselves that they, you know, wouldn't be able to compete with maybe, but little things like just make me smile in little ways or like things that I can't do for myself. Yeah. So 100%. Yeah, that's definitely a major thing. So speaking of our highest delusions. All right. So story time. I don't know. Story time. So I don't know if everybody knows this, but oh my God, if you did, I'm sure you're dying to know. Lex was supposed to be on The Bachelor, like literally like a day away from going. And when I like didn't know you this well, I was like, well, she's the coolest bitch ever. So that absolutely makes sense. That's like really nice. I'm like, oh my God, she's so cool. Of course she's going to be on TV. She's obviously going to like go on. She's going to become like absolute celeb. We're going to have spinoffs. Like no, Vinny was literally Lex. Like, we need to make top 4 and become the Bachelorette. That's our goal. Yes. We don't need to win. No, fuck him anyway. Because baby, you think I'm going to fight with anybody over a man? You're insane. That is by far the most delusional thing, right? If you think about it. It is the most probably delusional reality show. Day one. I'd be like, why'd you look her in the eye? You're not interested in me. But you would be the favorite. I'm out. You'd be the favorite for acting that way. It's so funny. No, but you get voted off, right? Yeah, you don't get a rose. It's probably the most delusional reality show in the world. But because I would say 80% don't ever work out. Like imagine, I mean, you did imagine competing for a man? What a joke. It's such a joke. What a fucking joke. It's such a joke. But people love it. Like people love it. When I tell you I didn't ever watch it, I maybe like years ago, like Hannah Brown season. Okay. When it was like at its peak, like Tyler Cameron was on it. That was, I want to say it was like, I don't even know at this point. I'm not even going to say a year. I don't know. Okay. But when it was more popular, and then I felt like it started to fall off a little bit. And as of recent, it was like really falling off. Girls were like getting together to watch it. But this like, season, like the one I was supposed to go on, people were like meeting up watching it because he was a Philly-based guy. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, yes. Yeah. He's from like the suburbs, right? Collegeville. Yeah. So I guess look at me like, yeah, I know where that is. The story goes as such. It was year one of my downfall, my divorce. And I am doing hair as I do every day for a living with a client of mine.
It's only a year? Wait, this was like a year ago?
No,
Have you been divorced for 2 years?
Well, no, I was supposed to go on it. I was supposed to leave in September of 2023.
Right. This is like low-key recent.
Well, we signed me up the end of 2022.
You and Vinny?
No, it was me and a client. So my client, shout out Megan. She's one of my faves. So funny. But we were just, it was like an evening appointment. And she was like, Lex, why don't you go on The Bachelor? You have the perfect story. You know how to talk to people. You've been in front of cameras. Like,
it would be so good.
Why don't you just try it? I was like, no way. That show is so cringy.
It made perfect sense. And Megan, you're right.
So cringy. And like, I remember watching it years ago and just being like, how are they doing this? Ugh. But anyway, we just started talking and making some jokes, and we brought up the application, and
lo and behold,
next thing you know, I have applied for The Bachelor and forgot all about it. To be honest, I laughed it off. That was, I would say, October 2022. And then May of 2023, I am at the salon doing hair, and I go to the back room, like our break room area, and there's a missed call and a voicemail from a number from LA.
Did you poop your pants when you listened to voicemail?
First of all, I looked at my phone and I was like, no, it can't be. Like, I thought it was just maybe like a telemarketer or something. So
so in the back of your mind, maybe you were like,
I was like, wait,
remembering?
I was like, LA, like who's calling me from LA and leaving a voicemail? And then I was like, the only thing I could think of was The Bachelor, but it was like months ago. So
they take a while to gather.
I like listen in the back room and I was like, no, no fucking way. And it was this recruiter or someone being like, hi Alexis, this is so-and-so calling from The Bachelor. We got your application and we're really interested. If you're still single and still interested, give us a call back and we can chat.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, in the back room, like mixing color. So of course,
like, hi, yeah.
So I didn't call back right away.
Interested.
I didn't call back right away, but I went home and I was like, okay, it's still 5 p.m. I think it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock our time. So it was like 4:35 their time. I was like, they're still in the office. So I called that number. She like interviews me over the phone and she's like, just so you know, you don't get paid for this. And like, they like give you all the stipulations up front. And I was like, all right, fine. And I was just answering her questions, giving her a little background on myself. And I just thought to myself, let me just try. Let's see what happens. Let's just go with this. Let's go with the flow. Interviews, we hang up. I laugh it off. I'm like, they're not calling me back. So I let it go. And then a few days later, they're setting me up with a producer to be interviewed via Zoom.
Yeah, you had to do like video interviews, right?
Yeah, so I went through probably 3 or 4 rounds of Zoom interviews. So first was with a producer that just set me up to like get more information out of me and how I would be, I guess, on camera answering questions, to record me, to then make a whole packet to like send off to the executives and the actual producers of the show. So they had me filling out background checks. They had me filling out all the stuff.
It's like a lot of work.
Major photo, like all the photos, all the information of like just your whole life.
Did they want like medical records?
So I'll get to that. They interviewed and...
Is that like HIPAA, like unacceptable?
It wasn't medical records. It's actually more involved. So they interviewed me via Zoom and then they sent out the packet and they called me. They were like, okay, we pitched you essentially to the executives. Like, this is what they do. It's their process. They want to meet you. So I then go.
Oh my God, were you dying?
I'm about to leave for Spain. So I had this major interview with like 6 executives of the show, The Bachelor.
Oh my God.
And were interviewing me. They want to, I guess, see your personality and everything. So it felt like it went well. And I was like, all right, great. And I was leaving for Spain the next day. And I was like, this is fun, whatever. So while I'm in Spain, the same producer calls me. He's like, they loved you. They want to move forward, but you have to get all of our medical background done first before you can move forward. So I had to get...
What do they want? Like STD testing?
STD testing, blood work, just physical, all the things. Yeah, wild. So
First of course, shut up.
Of course, they're taking forever. When I tell you, this is all summer of 2023. Forever, like dragging it on. And the season of The Bachelorette was on at the same time. So you're seeing like what guys are left. And like, you're like, oh, I wonder if that's going to be The Bachelor. If that's going to be the guy's like episode I'm on, or season I'm on. And
yeah, because what happens if you don't like The Bachelor?
Right. But you sign before like you even know.
I mean, you're still going on.
Yeah, you can opt out if you're like, actually, I'm really not attracted to that person, or I don't think we'd be a match. But people are still doing it. But I will say,
I want to be on TV, bitch.
This is how kismet it felt. So I have my close friend Jen. Let's rewind, like before they called me, April of 2023. She was like, oh, my best friend's brother is on The Bachelorette, and we think he got really far because they just did hometowns. And I was like, oh my God, let me see him. Let me see his picture. And it was Joey from The Bachelor. And I was like, at the time, no one knew who he really was. And I was like, oh, he's so cute. I was like, how funny would it be if they called me? Like, because I kind of mentioned how we signed me up.
Yeah.
In the fall. And
oh my God,
like that was like, I made it through, and that was the season I was going on. So next thing you know, August comes, I pass all the medical. They announce Joey as The Bachelor. And they're like, we'll tell you soon. And I remember thinking, oh my God, like I need to organize all my brides for the fall.
So stressful.
I had a whole list of brides that I would have to call and all their backup scenarios that I can give them to call them in case I had to quit on them. So Labor Day Monday, I'm just trying to long story short story long, whatever.
Honestly, we are loving this story. So please you don't have to make it short. Don't nutshell us.
No, I just remember being on the beach and being like, when are they going to call me? And it was at the end of August.
Well, you need to know for your business.
My business. Like I'm a business owner. So I was like, I can't just be like, hey, sorry, not doing your wedding. And I have your shit out of luck. Like, bye.
Right.
Like I was stressed. I was reaching out to so many people on the low. Like I can't tell you what this is about. But this is
that's the other thing you can't tell people.
I couldn't tell anyone. Like until of course I told like my close family and friends like that were close to me. But I couldn't tell a soul because they were so like serious about that. Like you can't tell anyone you're in this process. If you do, like there's a chance you won't be on the show, blah, blah. And I was like, okay.
Oh my God.
I mean,
the drama.
But yeah, they
Delulu.
were again still having me fill out a bunch of stuff and just like questions and answers.
They the medical records that are sending me.
Oh my God, I remember for a moment I was like, I have an STD or something because like they're not getting back to me. I was like spiraling, thinking that like my results came back. No, you can't. I ultimately was like, hey, I guess they said to me, if you don't have anything wrong, we're not going to give you results. But if there is something up, like we'll call you. And they never called me, but I just didn't believe that. I was
okay, first off,
I was like, I'm dying and they're not telling me.
Like a Bachelor exec being like, hi, I'm not a physician. I just did want to let you know you do have gonorrhea. Like, what?
I know. I remember going to the blood work office, which was like right in like Broad and somewhere in South Philly, and being like, I wonder if they know what this is for, or if it says it on the paperwork, or like, they don't ask
processing center,
the Bachelor Blood Work Center.
Honestly, that has to be like a HIPAA violation. Although I know that you signed papers that were like, yeah, you can have this info.
Oh my God!
But like, what the fuck do you need my CBC for? What do you need my metabolic panel for? My potassium's fine. Go fuck yourself. I could see an STD test. Yeah. But like, what do I have to be the picture of health to be on here?
Yeah, no, it was something else for sure. It was interesting. But
okay, anyway.
They call me.
That's just as a nurse, that fucking sends me.
They call me Labor Day Monday. I think it was like September 5th or something. And they were like, you're on the show. Like it's happening. Like contracts were signed. It was happening. I wanted to throw up.
Wait, like, were you excited or were you like, oh, this is so weird?
I was kind of in shock.
And do you think Joey's cute?
At the time, I was like, yeah, he's very handsome. Yeah. I was like, sure. And also, I thought it was cool that he had the Philly tie. So then
he's nice. Isn't he nice? He's
like a nice sweet guy.
Yeah, that's what I had heard.
Yeah, he looks very sweet. But I remember scrambling, and I was at the mall. I was like scrambling for clothes because you have to provide your entire wardrobe. Like they don't pay for a single thing, and they sent me like a list
and you can't repeat outfits.
No. And they then set me up with my like producer that would be on set with me, and he was like, send me like pictures of each dress you're thinking of. I was, oh my God, Revolve, like 2-day shipping. Oh my God, so like, many gowns.
Girls going into debt for this?
I had like 12 gowns like hanging in my gowns.
Have you returned them?
Oh yeah, I returned all of them. Okay. Yeah. Except I think I kept 2. Yeah,
I was on Revolve today. Some of that shit is beautiful.
Yeah. And I was like, I gotta look like these need to be nice quality.
No, of course. We can't Fashion Nova this.
Yeah, we were.
Maybe like the beach fits, but nothing else.
I was like at the King of Prussia Mall. We were in like trying on gowns at the mall. Like when's the last time I did that? Prom? I don't know. It was wild.
Literally.
But I was like, I need this in a really quick manner. He was like, I need you to send pictures of you trying on like the gowns with your family for some like B-roll footage for like your introduction video. And then maybe you doing someone's hair and talking about leaving and like all these little staged.
Why don't you send someone to me?
Right.
Bachelor.
No, not in today's world, I guess. Because you have phones and they make you do everything.
Yeah, but
this
like,
show is actually hysterical that they
no, first of all,
they don't pay you and they're making you do all the legwork.
So much work.
It's so wild.
Much work.
And I was like, yeah, okay. And I just like at that moment, I think I was just like blacking out. And I was like, I can't believe I'm going.
And you're gonna make it look so good because like you're committed now.
I was like, I didn't allow myself to get excited at all until they said yes, you're going, and the contract was signed. And I was like,
annoying.
And I was like, this is this is actually happening. I remember just sitting in my like apartment being like, am I really doing this right now? Like, this is wild. I'm starting to pack. I think it was 3 days before I was supposed to get on a plane. God. And I get a text.
How did I know about this though?
Because word circulates quick.
Somehow.
People just, someone told someone who told someone.
Me? My ex told me.
It's South Philly.
Like, how the fuck would he know?
My ex asked me what happened.
You're like, how do they know?
He was like, well, my brother heard it on a job site. Like at like a union job site. Like the men were talking about it on the job site. I'm like, because probably one of their wives. Yeah. Whatever. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. But
no, it does. But yeah, oh my God, Lax, this was the fucking tea of my life.
So yeah, they called and they were like, well, no, I got a text saying, can we just quick phone call quick? And I was like, oh shit, this doesn't feel good. And she was like, hey, Alexis, I know it's late there and I'm sorry. It was like 8:30 our time. And she's like, but I just got this information like 10 minutes ago. Unfortunately, you're no longer going to be on the show. And there's like no reason given. And I'm so sorry. I know you don't want to hear that. But like, there's no reason. And, you know, I don't know what else to say because I literally just got this information to like relay to you. Like, she like, don't kill the messenger kind of thing. And I was just like, like, do you understand? Oh, and let me not forget to mention.
Back to the brides.
I called 15 brides and like broke every one of their hearts and had to like give them their backup plans. And mind you, some of those brides were the following week. Like it was a week's notice. So just even thinking of that, it wasn't even about the idea of them calling me like I'm no longer on the show. Like I was not at all like, oh my God, I'm not good enough. I don't care about that. Okay. It was more about disappointing.
You're like, oh no, my life
that I just completely rearranged for a show that's not even paying me to go on. What a joke. So it was like anger. Mainly anger, mainly so rage,
mad.
Like crying anger.
Were you like, do you understand like what I sacrificed to even go on your dumb fucking show?
Yeah. No. And she was like, well, you can call Patrick. So Patrick was like the producer. That was the one
Patrick
asking
doesn't
me.
Give a fuck.
Well, Patrick was the sweetest person
okay,
ever.
Sorry, Patrick.
We do like Patrick, but I called him and he was like driving. It sounded like he was like, oh my God, I didn't know anything about this. Who called you? Like it was just kind of a shit dumpster fire. And I was like,
wow, shocked.
So for a minute there, I was like, oh, well, maybe this isn't truthful information. And then he called me back. He was like, Alexis, I am so sorry how this was handled. You know, sometimes these things happen and there's really no explanation. And I know you had to rearrange all your brides. Like he was like the more sympathetic one as
Patrick,
I'm like,
thank you.
He's like, this doesn't happen. Like we're all so shocked. Like we were all making jokes that like Alexis would be the one curling everyone's hair. Like, cause you know, after a while the girls like help each other out on set. And like,
oh, do they? I haven't. Yeah. I haven't watched it.
He was saying like a lot of the girls end up becoming like besties versus like even caring about the guy.
Oh, I can see that 100%.
Yeah, and they all like swap each other's gowns at one point, like depending, you know, who's left. But he was like, is there any way? Smart. He was like, is there any way we can keep your information, like, you know, for another season? Like we would love to call you back. And I was like, I can't, I need to hang up. Like I just remember just being ready to throw everything against the wall.
Not only did you probably spend like thousands on wardrobe, and I'm sure you got new hair stuff, new makeup, like shoes.
You have to think of they don't do your hair or makeup or your nails, anything. So you're doing all of that alone.
What are you supposed to do about your nails?
You're supposed to do them yourself. I think press-ons are like the thing. I was Googling everything. I had clients telling me they watch podcasts of The Bachelor and like former people and like telling all this tea of like what happened when they were there. Okay. So that was really helpful.
Okay.
Making notes, like, but I had to send it
my
all
own
back.
Nails, so like that's fine. But like most people do not do their own nails.
No.
Oh my God, give yourself a fucking pedicure. That's I do that.
I was like, I think I ordered a bunch of press-ons and then sent them back. I was like, I'm not.
What about your toes?
Painting. I can handle the toes. Okay. But anyway, I didn't have to.
How long is filming? If you were
okay,
to be
so
there?
it was I could have been gone up to 8 weeks. So, okay, not only did I have to call the brides.
That's only 2 pedicures.
True.
That's actually not that bad.
Not only the brides, but my clients at the salon. So I had like the front desk calling and I book out 2 months at my salon. So they had to rearrange everyone's appointments and then call them all back up and rearrange them back. Same with the brides. Thank God I got like majority of them back.
Okay. How many brides were mad?
I would say it was like one that was
you can't tell them why.
Yeah, that's why I was on the phone. I was like, I promise you'll find out eventually, but like, I can't say what it is exactly. And that's very frustrating, but it's like something in LA and blah, blah, blah. But I had like one that was a little peeved for sure, even though I had like backup plans for them. But that's fine. It's whatever, valid. And she didn't take me back, which was fine.
Understandable.
But all the rest of them were like, yeah, totally. And I had to send like these, I remember just sending out the heartfelt text of being like, I'm so sorry for putting on this roller coaster, but I'm back. And if you want to take me back, I'm here for you. Yeah. It was kind of embarrassing.
That's also stressful because like, not only are you having to deal with like the brides that you're now going back to, but it's also like the stylist, like, hi, I know I gave you this wedding, but actually now I'm going to
take it back. Yeah. I was giving some of them the option though, because I was like, I know this was so last minute. And like, if you like blocked out your day at your salon or whatever, like I will gladly just hand it over. But it did work out.
What if
I got my clients back. I got my brides back. Yeah. Luckily, but that was insane. It was absolutely insane. And everything happens for a reason. And I now know why it didn't happen. But I don't think I would have met my man, to be honest. But
I don't think that it would have like even been about that for you though.
No.
It would have been in like an Alexis, the Alexis show moment.
I think
it would have been like a big Alexis moment for you.
I think I was like, I'm just going to do this for experience of life. Like I wasn't on going.
No, that's what I mean.
Like I was like, let me just see where this takes me, who I'm going to meet. Yeah. You never know. Maybe I do end up liking the guy. Like I was just like,
maybe
let me
see. Producer. Who knows?
Yeah. I was anybody. Like, I was like, maybe I just go on here for experience. And that's, the
make
path
that
the universe is like taking me down.
Yes.
I was like, if at the very least, I'm going to be the old one on the show. Cause the girls on that are like 23 to 27.
Stupid.
And I would have been
30.
The old one there.
Let me tell you,
and
girls.
Gathering all the girls around being like, have a seat.
Ooh, not a divorcee.
You think you want to be married?
30s.
You think you want to be married at 23?
No, honestly, that's probably why.
Curling their hair like, let me tell you a little story.
Cigarette hanging out.
Yeah, that would have been me on the show. And now I think I just aged out. So, and also, yeah, that's just.
Do you think
I would no? Are you about to ask me?
Would you? Yeah, would you do it now?
If they called me back up?
Yeah. Well, if you were single now, would you go? And they were like, you're definitely on, but you have to redo all the shenanigans.
No.
Okay.
I really don't think so.
Yeah.
I really don't. I just, after all that, I was like, what? I wish they would have just been like, hey, this is a half yes. And like, it could be by next week it's a no. Like, just be real. Because I know there was definitely, so there was like more than, I think there was like 5 or 6 Philly girls that were called and told yes. They then sent the sisters that went from Philly.
That's what I thought.
And I think there may have been like me and maybe 1 or 2 other Philly girls that were called and told no after being told yes.
That's so annoying.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
So, okay. Is that season done?
Yeah. It wrapped.
It's over?
Yeah.
Do we know who won and stuff? Has it aired?
It has aired. And her name's Kelsey. They're cute together.
She won?
Super cute.
They like
super cute together. They look like they love each other.
That's great. I love
that.
Yeah,
they look like they work together well.
We weren't going on it for love, so it doesn't matter. Like, we love that for them.
Correct. No, we love that for them. It was really, it was a moment. But I remember even my one client set me up with like a major person at the Eagles, and it's a known fact that The Bachelor loved, I think it was like the Packers or something, even though he was from Philly.
Okay. See, that could have.
And my entrance was going to be like Eagle themed. Like I was going to put his like last name on a jersey. I had it being made by like the actual Eagles organization. I was going to come out and just like bust on them, but that didn't happen. That would have been fun.
Wow. It was like really planned.
Yeah, it was happening.
That's so wild.
I mean, it's a good story now.
No. Oh my God. No, it's wow. I love it. It's so interesting. Yeah. When that shit was happening, I was like, oh my God, she's the baddest.
And then I did all the brides on their wedding days, and they were like, so what was that like? thing.
Were they gagging?
What were you doing
Like
in LA?
dying.
And I was like, well, I'm like doing there. I'm like, well, I was going to go on The Bachelor. And they were like, what? And
Yeah.
they like turn around.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And they're like, I thought you were going to like be on tour with someone or like on a movie set doing hair. Like that was the last thing I ever thought.
Yeah.
I was like, same. Like I never thought in a million years that was even a possibility. So, you know, your Delulu things can sometimes be a reality until they're not sometimes. But
that would have been such a fun Delulu though.
Yeah. And even people at salon.
Just for the experience.
That's what I mean. Just for the experience alone. Yeah. But it's all good. Again, everything happens for a reason. So,
yeah, for sure.
No, it was a definitely Delulu moment for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also not.
No, I mean that really could have like changed the trajectory of your life.
Right.
Not even including the man. Like all respect, but like fuck that.
Yeah, no,
like,
totally. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember, but they're a pretty shiesty organization.
No, they really like drag you.
They like, drag you like you are just a number at the end of the day, and that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Even they have you like kind of by the balls post production too. I remember reading the contract. If you are on a podcast, they get a certain percentage up to over a year or up to a year.
Oh,
if
I
you
feel like
win,
I would have to keep my mouth fucking shut that whole time because I'd be like, I'm not paying you shit.
And they don't, because they don't.
And what's the percent?
I don't remember, but it was significant enough to be like, wait, they're so serious. That's so wild.
But they don't give you anything.
They don't give you literally anything. I mean, they feed you and they put you in a mansion.
Oh, food and alcohol.
Yeah, they
is the alcohol?
Food, alcohol.
Is it BYO?
And mansion. And you also go on some trips if you make it, to certain rounds.
Yeah, but do you even enjoy the trips? Because
I don't
you're
know.
being filmed and you have to be like on constantly.
Yeah.
What an inauthentic experience, honestly, at the end of the day.
It's very strange, but I remember like to round it all out, kind of laughing. I was like, who can like fall in love with someone in 8 weeks anyway? Like, let's be real, especially when you're like, there's 25 other women there.
That's part of it.
And you're blah, blah, blah. Just being like, it's not real. Like, you don't even know the person. You don't get to spend enough time with them to like fall in love with them.
You really don't.
You don't. But then I laughed because I was like, I think it was like 8 weeks into dating my man. And I was like, oh, we're in love. Like, so it's real, but at the same time, it's a TV show.
But
it's just so funny.
You are the only, okay.
Yes.
Likely the only one that he's talking to.
Yes.
So you're getting like all of his attention.
Yeah.
But like, no, like the second I saw him kiss another girl, I would just be like,
I'm out.
Not even out of jealousy. Just like, if that's even an option for you, then I'm not. Like, if you are down for that, then this isn't going to work.
The Bachelor is the definition of delusional.
Yeah.
But I will say the executives were really like, we believe in this show and this method of way to meet people. And I'm like, I'm sure you do. Like, or you just believe in the ratings. I don't know. But either way, I think there are some successful relationships from it. Even like post, like the Bachelor in Paradise stuff, like the old contestants like hook up with each other, and that sometimes can be successful. But that's what all my clients are like. We want to get on Paradise, baby. So act up on the show.
Is that like the more like unhinged one?
Yeah, like they send them all to like an island, and
fun.
It's all the all the contestants that were kind of scandalous, and they all get together.
Love is Blind is like trying to do that now. Perfect Match, it's called.
Yeah, there's
like
so
all
many now.
Yeah,
and that's what I remember Vinny being like, okay, so which one's next? What do you think? Perfect Match or what do we think's next? I was like, I'm not signing up for any more. Like, I'm good. I reached my max.
I would do like a silly, like gossipy, like the villas.
Oh,
like I would do that. What the hell? What's her name? Vanderpump.
Yeah.
Like she had like villas that was like, okay, we'll like host a party for like if you're having like a divorce party or whatever. And I was like, Lex, we have to sign up for this. Like that I would do. Like,
if it was with you,
just some straight
without a doubt
shenanigans.
Without a
like
doubt,
a dating one, hell no.
No, and honestly, they probably, even if they did dip back into my file, they'd be like, oh, let's look her up again. Now we're doing a divorce podcast. They're like, well, can't do that. She's talking about divorce for each other. You get married.
Well,
so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was all for the best.
Okay.
And it was definitely a roller coaster of emotions. I remember just being like,
it's such a
somebody
good story.
punched me in the stomach.
No, it's, yeah.
And they were like, just get in. Just flipped your life upside down. Now you have to put it back together.
It's just so annoying that they got you so close.
Yeah, like literally days. But, you know, a fun story.
You live and you laugh and you learn.
Live, laugh, love. Delulu.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's such a good story. I'm so glad that we can like finally
let that out.
Debrief that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like I haven't been separated for long enough to have like had that many crazy funny things.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes, you know, it's like, oh, well, I could have an OnlyFans. Like that's like a little like Delulu thing where I'm like, oh, well, I could just be like very famous on OnlyFans.
People do it.
No, they really
make a whole lot
and
of
they
money.
make so much money. So it's like things like that, just like crazy ideas, like because in your head it's like I can do fucking anything now. Nobody's the boss of me. It's me. I am the boss of me now, and I can do literally whatever I want.
Yep.
And
that's right.
that is the freedom of that is incredible. And I think realizing that like initially after separating, you want to do everything. Like I was like, I'm going to travel nurse. I'm moving to California and with my dog, and we're going to live in an RV, and I'm going to nurse. I'm going to travel nurse, and I'm going to have an OnlyFans, and I'm going to just live my life. And you like, it's just that like initial feeling of freedom where you're like, I can do fucking anything.
Yep.
Will bring out the biggest Delulu. And once again, it's only as Delulu as you think it is, because people do crazy shit.
They do.
And very successfully.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I've kind of like settled back into my life and like my reality where I'm like, okay, like I'm not going to do that because all the people that I love and that support me and I care about are here. So like I'm not going to move to fucking California in a van.
But you thought about it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, you can even look at us doing this as delusional, but it's not.
No, and it's going well.
It's going, I mean, we're having so much fun.
Yeah, totally.
But you know, there could be people being like, they think they're going to make it. That's delusional, right? Like, I don't give a fuck.
But I mean, that's
we'll
the
see.
thing. You have to just not give a fuck.
You
don't care.
I mean, what does Britney Spears say? There are two types of
You
people
told
in
me.
this world: the ones who entertain and the ones who observe. Baby, we're entertaining. Okay,
That's yes. Is that what in circus?
yes.
All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus.
There's only two types of people in the world: the ones that entertain and the ones that observe. And baby, we're entertaining.
This is turning into a musical. Week after week, we sing more. Oh my God, that's so fucking funny. No, true. Big facts.
So true.
Yeah, so that was like one Delulu, and then another Delulu was that I was just gonna have like a sugar daddy who was gonna pay all of my bills, pay me for being hot. I can literally just give him like emotional intimacy, and that was it.
That was it.
No
physical.
sex. We don't have to meet.
Nope.
Just for some weird reason want to pay for my bills, etc.
Yeah, just in exchange for attention from a young hot woman.
And I made it as far as talking to like a potential sugar daddy, and I got so weirded out.
You're like, abort. No, we're not.
Immediately, I was like, oh,
no.
this is weird. Oh, this is weird.
Yeah.
No, it was so creepy. And I was like, okay, nope.
I'll do it for the plot. We're doing things for the plot.
Yeah, that was a bit, and it lasted not long.
Yeah,
because I was like, ooh, scary.
Scary. Like me in Walmart earlier.
Oh, guys, Alexis had to go to Walmart today. God forbid.
I was running around for USA merch.
Not our American Girl in Walmart. I feel like you're like American Girl next door.
That's really nice. What? Okay.
I don't know. I feel like that's your vibe.
Cool. I don't know.
Very pretty like girl next door. She had to go to Walmart, you guys.
Listen, I'm not against the Walmarts anywhere else, but if you ever been to the one...
They're seagulls for no reason. They're not seagulls anywhere else in Philadelphia.
If you ever been to the one in South
They're
Philadelphia...
in the Walmart parking lot. That's it.
It is scary. When I tell you it's scary, I keep hitting my chin on this.
Me too. I'm real close.
It's scary, folks. I couldn't find anything that was that successful, and I was like, I got to get out of here, like immediately. And as I'm walking out, there's a woman churning hot dogs to the right of me. I just don't.
cranking
when I tell you packed,
cranking glizzies.
just cranking the glizzies. It was packed. At capacity. People just acting up. I was like, get me out of here.
Yeah. Every time I'm in there, when I tell you the carts are overflowing every time.
Listen, I think if you get in there early enough, you might be okay, but that was not the time or place at all to go. But yeah, I went in there
Go
mean mugging
America.
too. I was like, no one fuck with me.
Oh, but you're even so cute like that.
That's really sweet. You're like, look at this redhead who thinks she's so serious.
If you mean mugged, I'd be like, oh, is she okay?
She looks sad. She's not mean mugging
Okay.
anybody.
You're all right, babe? Can I offer you a hot dog?
On top of that, I was in like Old Navy, Five Below. I was making all the rounds for all the USA merch.
Yeah.
But
And what were you wearing? Like an adorable, like matching tracksuit or something cute?
tracksuit.
Not a full velour juicy tracksuit.
No, I was.
Were you in
I
like
was wearing
a
like
cute
a little
matching outfit?
like a little Lulu set. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course she was.
Yeah. So anyway,
They took one look and they were like, maybe not a hot dog for her.
so happy 4th of July, everyone. I hope you had fun with this episode. Good storytelling.
Yeah, this is a cutie.
Good delusional
Yeah.
bits. And yeah.
Yeah. The Delulu is for the plot.
Delulu equals for the plot. So don't be scared to be delusional. Post anything you're going through, whatever it might be, or just in life in general.
Guess
if you're
what?
single and you're just living your life too, be crazy.
It might work out.
It might work out.
It might work out.
It might work out.
God
Hope you have the
bless
most beautiful
America.
holiday. God bless.
Signing off. Don't
Signing
forget,
off.
like and subscribe. I'll turn the bell
Down
down. I'm
below.
sorry. I didn't realize it was so loud. Ding.
Like and subscribe. It takes no time.
It takes no time and it's free and it makes us feel good.
And it helps us tremendously.
Maybe I can be a part-time nurse one day, all right?
Let's fucking go.
Okay.
Love you, babes.
Love you.
Mwah.
See you next week.
I'm like walking in like.
Show me your Walmart face.
I can't now.
How do you want... All right. Shh. Look away. Don't look at me.
I can't.
You're walking into Walmart. What do you look like?
I can't do it. Because I'm laughing too much.
Hey, you know what's actually like insanely delusional?
What?
Ending your marriage. At 30 years old. No.
Is it?
It makes perfect fucking sense.
It's totally fine. It actually makes so much sense. So much sense.
So
much sense.
Nothing makes as much sense. I'm just getting a divorce.
All right, I think we're actually losing it.
My
We're
lash
losing
is
it.
falling off. Okay. Sir, we have a visitor. What do you need, buddy?
You're really cute.
No, you're so cute.
You're really cute right now.
It's...
Look like you're.
Oh, bless. Oh, bless. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're here.
All right.
And here you are.
Okay.
I'm a little bit... Oh, okay. Go lay down. That's enough. And you barked your last fork. That's fine. Okay, lay down.
Cassius, you're always trying to be the star.
You are the star. You're my
You are the star of our lives.
Oh, he is. He is the absolute star of my life. Okay, go lay down, please.
He wants to be in the frame.
Oh my God, no, he is. He's just so dark.
I know. We're almost
Okay,
done.
baby, go lay down. Go lay down.